Sometimes horror movies are just so well done that you have to pause to catch your breath. Or they're so complex that you have to pause to figure out what the heck is going on. Or they're so gory that you need to pause to just give your eyes a break. And that's what I'll be discussing and more only in today's video. Top 5 most paused moments in horror movies. Hey everyone, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to Top 5. I'm your host for today's video, Lindsay Ivan, and now why don't you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. With all that being said, let's dive on into the video. Starting off this countdown, we have Hereditary. I don't know about you, but this movie deeply disturbed me. And I was hitting pause throughout it for a number of reasons. This movie is about a family who is apparently tied to a cult by their bloodline. The cult was run by the children's grandmother. In the end, her goal was to summon the demon of hell. And now there are a number of disturbing scenes. Number 1, spoiler alert, the little girl in the film gets her head chopped right off. It literally comes out of nowhere. And the character Peter, his silence goes on for like 5 minutes and it's traumatizing. Surely after that scene, you need to pause just to catch your breath. The next moment would be something you might not catch upon first viewing. But later on, there is a scene that's a wide shot of the family's home at night. You'll need to pause it, and once you do, you'll see that the house is surrounded by naked cult members. It's incredibly eerie. They're all just waiting for Peter to get possessed. Next time you're watching the movie, make sure you pause and check out that one scene. In our 4th spot, we have It. For this one, I'm talking about the 2017 film, not the original one from 1990. In the remake, they put in lots of little foreshadowing and creepy parts that will make you pause the film. In particular, there are a lot of times that Pennywise appears in the film without actually popping up and scaring the kids. I find these little sneaky cameos just make the film that much more creepier. One of his first appearances is when Billy heads down to his basement. Pennywise's yellow glowing eyes can be seen watching him by the stairs before he emerges from the water. Pennywise made his next appearance when another one of the kids, Ben, was in the library. He is first seen possessing the body of the librarian and creepily just stands there watching Ben. Now, as Ben continues his research in the library, he also comes across some history on the town about an Easter egg hunt massacre. This took the lives of a number of kids. Although you may not be able to see it until it's paused, Pennywise actually appears in that photo. In another scene, Pennywise appears on a brick wall mural behind the kids. It's little Easter eggs like this that make people pause the film. In our 3rd spot, we have Psycho. Now let's turn our attention to the 1960 Alfred Hitchcock movie, Psycho, all about Norma and Norman Bates. In this film, there's a really creepy visual that first just appears as if it's just a normal transition, so it often goes overlooked. I mean, it appears for a split second, so fans have to pause it in order to catch it. Basically, this happens during a scene where Norman Bates is in the police station. There's a moment of stillness where he just looks directly at the camera and smiles. Right before it transitions into the next scene, if you pause it, you can see Norman's face is merged with his mother's decaying corpse, who he murdered. This scene has been studied by film students around the world. It's the final transition in the film, and it's just a genius one. In our 2nd spot, we have Gerald's Game, another mind bender of a movie that will leave you feeling very uncomfortable. Basically, the story revolves around a woman named Jessie who heads out to a country house with her husband, Gerald. They went out there to, spice things up. Eventually, things get steamy and Jessie gets cuffed to the bed, but her husband suffers from a heart attack. Since she's all tied up, she pretty much is useless and can't help him. Then a series of whack things happen, including Jessie trying to take off her cuffs. She does this by slicing her wrists with some glass and then pulling off her skin. It's a very disturbing scene. And in the end, her hand is completely skinned. It's gross. Apparently, the scene was a lot for viewers and a lot of pauses happened before, during, and after the scene. And I understand that because I am not big into gore. And in our number 1 spot, we have The Cabin in the Woods. There are 2 main scenes in Cabin in the Woods that are commonly paused. The first one being in the underground laboratory whiteboard scene. If you've seen this movie, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. On the whiteboard, there are lists of creatures. Some are classic monsters, like zombies, clowns, werewolves, vampires, you get it. But they also make a couple of references to multiple monsters from other iconic horror movies, like the Deadites from Evil Dead, or The Reanimated, which is a tribute to H.P. Lovecraft's horror story and the film adaptation, The Reanimator. A lot of fans have paused it at that moment to read the list and check out all the movie's Easter eggs. Now, the second most paused moment in the film would be the ending. In the ending scene, if you pause and observe the monsters and their little container things, you can see Pennywise, the twins from The Shining, and characters from the game Left 4 Dead, among others. So again, people love to pause it there too, just to see what characters from other movies they recognize. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other movies that you thought should have made this list. And speaking of comments, let's move right along to our comment shout out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video, top 5 Easter eggs you missed in the Conjuring 3 trailer. K Disney commented, Lindsay, you should totally organize a watch along, despite what I said before. Number 1, what did you say before? Were you one of those haters? Because I know this channel wasn't the fondest of me back in the day, but now you guys are kind of warming up, so thank you for that. I would love to do a watch along. That would be so fun. Don't know how I would do that, but I'll look into it. Grogisha commented, hopefully I said your name right, by the way. They commented, Lindsay! It's me. Hi, it's me. That's my name, don't wear it out. The Bright Side commented, I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch it. Maybe after this video I will. I suggest watching it. Have you seen the other Conjuring movies? Have you? Have you seen Annabelle? Have you seen La Llorona? I can never say her name properly, but have you? If you have, then watch Conjuring 3. If you haven't, then go watch it all and then watch Conjuring 3. I'm excited. I'll be watching it. Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Top 5 for more spooky videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and stay spooky, YouTube. Up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and no, I said most amazing. Oh my god, I hate myself. Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm showing out for today's video. Make sure to, that's not comments I'm down, but I'm not making any sense today. I'm just like blah 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 blah. Alright, and that's what we'll be discussing. Will? Who's Will? I'm just, who's we? I mean, what? That's what I will be discussing. There's no one else with me. And that's what I'll be discussing and more, only Pennywise's yellow glowing eye. I gotta friggin' fluff in my mouth. Body of the librarian. Librarian, Jesus. Yo, let me know in the comments below which one of these moments you thought was, I don't know what I'm saying.